here in the United States, since the end of the Great Recession, the recovery, which we're calling it, of the past few years, we've seen the top 1% income earners grow their income by more than 11%. And the rest of America has actually declined since that period by negative 4%, or a decline of 4%.
Which gives an overall growth rate of 1.7. And you're like, oh, how does that pull it so high? It's because the top income earners in this country hold so much of the wealth. And
we've seen, legislation being passed over the past decades, right, that has helped them get rid of taxes like on their capital gains, and let them play the stock market like a bunch of banshees, right? So
and this article is really pointing to the fact that new laws that have taken place under President Obama, like financial regulation reform and other tax raises that have come on highest income earners just in the past year, are not nearly enough to solve this problem. That's really dealing with the effects of income inequality, and it's not really dealing with income inequality itself. To do that, you do need to tax the ways they're making their money, and that's capital gains in the stock market, significantly more. That's how it's going to happen. And so this should just add more fuel to the Occupy movement and just the 99% movement's fire, which we've seen die down
slowly dwindle,
since Occupy was at its height, a year and a half, 2 years ago.
But stories like this, it just refreshes that in our minds and in Occupy's minds, that there's a lot of more work to be done, right? And we do need to come together and push for tighter regulations in the financial industry, tighter regulations on Wall Street, increased taxes on the top 1% income earners. Because if you look back and you compare this with history, this disparity in income in between the top 1% and the bottom is the largest since 1917. Right. And so you see that over those years, there's just been a huge attack by the conservative base on the regulation of Wall Street and the regulation of the financial sector. And that is one thing that people need to come together and unify to spread the message that we do need regulations, we do need higher taxes.
And to top it all off, this doesn't even cover 2012, which the experts are saying we're going to see even higher rates of disparity because a lot of people were manipulating their financial returns in order to avoid paying higher taxes that were set to come into effect in 2013.